Hi everyone, West Hall Part 2, Take 2. So let's talk about a few of the rest of the things that we saw in the West Hall. Before we, close this book, there was more stuff we wanted to show you guys, right, Megan?
Yeah. So let's start with this video from Sony. They have their Bravia series, and this is a new addition to the series. This is the BZ53L. And what's cool about this is that the deep black non-glaring coating doesn't degrade the level of the image. And you could see that as they're kind of side by side.
Yeah, he's kind of showing you exactly how these two look, and the coating looks so good. So if you are in a room that has a lot of windows, you can put these displays in there because the sun isn't going to like reflect super badly off of that surface. It's really cool. So there's a reason why that won one of our awards. Next up, let's talk about Peerless AV. So this is the one-to-one seamless kitted universal DV LED mount. That is a mouthful. A mouthful. Anyway, this is actually really cool how this works. So this works with virtually any DV LED on the market. It comes with a few different so it's a kit. It comes with a few different like mount options so that it can go with just about anything that is out there. He's showing a few of what these look like right now. So a seamless is crazy because even a few years ago there was no such thing as a universal mount.
No,
So
I was working there when LEDs first came out, and I remember like making the mounts for the first like prototype, and it was like you had to make it for that specific display.
yeah.
And so it was all like very cumbersome to install them, honestly, and costly. And now basically everything was like a custom mounting solution. And now the fact that you can have something that works with virtually anyone is crazy.
It's crazy. So that's really cool. We hope you'll check out that full video in the playlist. They are separated by day, so you can check all of those out. The next video that we want to show you guys is from Sharp. So this was a winner. So this is the XPA21UB. So this is a 20,000 lumen full DCI P3 LCD projector. It's wide UXGA, and it also has blue and red laser built in. So this is a red driven system, and it has a sealed optical engine.
Yeah, this is a really cool solution from them.
Yeah, I think that it's different because the red laser being built in, like the red driven system is quite different. So
Yeah.
it's pretty cool. Do you want to talk about the next one?
Yeah, we have one more display before we take another little extron break. So we're going to check out this from LG Electronics. This is a 55-inch interactive transparent touch OLED. And it's a really cool use case for transparent displays because, and obviously, in this case, it's a touch OLED. So it's 55 inches, but you can put multiple together and you can organize the content so it goes off displays. I mean, you can see here it's in like a bakery kind of situation and they're checking out details on cakes. This is going to be amazing for retail. I could, you could even see, I think we're starting to see stuff like this, on like fridges and convenience stores. And I could see this in a museum, honestly, where you're like, there's some artifacts and you're touching it and saying like, it gives you more information or even like plays a video about how things are used, all of that kind of cool stuff.
Yeah, no, this is so different than anything else I have seen on the market. And you couldn't really see, but he also mentioned that these displays, I think they're like they're 55 inches, and you can put them together and make the content talk to each other. So that at the end it had like, sparkles that went across all of them at the same time. So I think it's really cool that the way that you can make them all go together and work as if they are a bigger display. That's really cool as well.
So let's take an extron break. We're going to talk about their NAV and Pure 3. So check out this video from their new facility in Las Vegas.
All right, it's Gary Kay again. We're here at the AV Technology Open House here at Extron's office in Las Vegas. I'm here with Andrew Evans, Director of Product Marketing. Andrew, you're going to talk about NAV a little bit.
Yep, sure am, Gary. Appreciate you coming out and seeing us here. Today we've got the NAV system set up. Which is
your AV over IP solution.
Exactly right. Yeah. This is our enterprise AV over IP solution that we've introduced quite a while back, but just earlier this year we had a pretty major firmware update to it. And one of the things that we're really proud of with this firmware update is our ability to operate on enterprise networks even more reliably than we have in the past.
And basically what that means is there's a choice you make in AV over IP, and that is you can either build your own AV network, or you can put it on the existing company network or corporate network or educational network.
Right, exactly. So a lot of the early days of AV over IP, you were doing an isolated network.
Right.
By default.
Dedicated
there wasn't
AV.
really a choice, right? But now, as we've gotten farther along, the technology's matured. A lot of people, a lot of customers, end users, they want to leverage their existing networks instead of having to turn up these new network switches.
Right.
And so what NAV allows you to do is to operate on that existing technology backbone. And so we're doing that here and demonstrating the robustness of our video when we're in that kind of converged application with that bursty network traffic.
And let's be honest, nobody puts up test patterns in their office, but that's what you're doing here to explain what's actually going on. And what we have here is the source, you have nav, and what do you have down here?
So in the top corner here is the original source. We've got some motion video, some motion graphics, some static imagery. Test pattern, it was one of our ones we showed the fine line detail, so you can see the quality of it. Over here we've got the nav decoded system going across the network, and then down here we've got two different competitors going across that same network uplink. And
I will say that I do know who the competitors are, and I will tell you that they are very popular competitors. All right, so then what you're going to demonstrate, you're going to hit a switch, go ahead and hit the switch, and you're going to demonstrate, because right now they're running point-to-point basically. Now you're going to demonstrate what happens when you put them on the same network as your email, in the same network as your Zoom calls and the Teams calls. This is the way we actually have it connected at UNC. Actually, we have the nav connected across our regular university network.
Exactly right. Yep. So like you said, at UNC, you guys did a stress test even, and wanted to see how nav would perform in that kind of a application where you've got things like file transfers happening, Zoom calls, Teams calls, whatever it might be. And whenever you see that bursty traffic that happens on that converged network, you're going to have some kind of a network error pop up. It might be jitter, it might be latency. There's different ways you can categorize it. But when you have those network errors occur, you're going to see things like some striping that occur, some line errors that occur, and you might even see the image dropping in and out completely.
And the reason why people haven't noticed that currently have the competitive products installed, if you do the research, most of the time they're doing point-to-point and they're not putting it on the corporate network because of this.
That's right, exactly. When you're on a single switch, isolated network, you don't really have those kind of issues. But it's when you go from switch to switch, when you're going maybe from one side of campus to the other, when you have those uplinks that come into consideration, that's where this really becomes a much stronger proposition and opportunity for NAV AV over IP.
And of course, most people are going to put this in at 1 gig, right? I mean, we're not going to put this across 10 gig anyway. But they, of course, can learn more about NAV at extron.com. And Andrew, thank you very much for doing this. Appreciate it. It's a great demo, and I encourage you to come see it if you're here in the Las Vegas area yourself.
And we're back.
Yay, let's go right on to the next video from our friends at Matrox Video. So
what it
here we
is
have
an IP
Ron
gateway.
Birdie, and he
So,
is explaining
there's different types of
to
AV over
Gary
IP out there,
how
different
Vion,
formats
which
that
step
you're
we just announced on
working
the
with,
board,
and
how
sometimes
it
you want to
helps you
move from one format of AV over IP to another. And what this product does and allows you to do is just that. So what we're showing here in terms of the demo itself, the device is really IP to IP. It does have some baseband input, so SDI and HDMI, but the real core of it is IP to IP.
So kind of think of it as an IP to IP decoder.
Encode, a transcoder, effectively. So what we're doing is I got a H.264 ABC stream coming from the other side, from the distributed display wall here. It's coming in, and what the Vion is doing, and there's two of them, there's this one and another one in the back,
IPMX,
that it's giving, it's taking that H.264 RTSP stream and converting it to IPMX JPEG XS here, and it's playing out on our convert IP SRH. Here we're pushing it up to NDI Speed HQ, but we support all the way NDI 6, everything. And then finally, we just converted to SRT HEVC, so maybe you want to go over a limited pipeline up to the cloud, over to a different geographic environment, and you just push it SRT HEVC.
Okay, so the next one that we have to show you guys is from a company called Braun Tapes.
ViewSonic.
Nope, I lied.
ViewSonic.
I scrolled down too much. That's crazy.
Yep. I think you're on the wrong document since we're doing West Hall Part 2. So ViewSonic, they are showing an 110-inch 4K viewboard interactive flat panel. As you can see here, he's pointing it out. So this is as Steph likes to say, the government name is the IFP 110. This interactive flat panel is 4K and it has an embedded operating system.
Oh, it's cool.
Yeah. Oh, maybe you can even scan that little QR code to find out more.
Learn more about it.
Yeah, ViewSonic, is well known for their interactive boards and for classroom management. So be sure to check out that video and see what's next. And what's next for us is this video from Epson.
Yep. So this is the ELPCS01. This is a mobile projector cart. And he's going to explain it a little bit better than I can, but this is the projector cart for Epson's PowerLight 810E or 815E.
Exclusively designed for our best-in-class extreme short-throw projector 810E, 815E models. It produces image size from 100 to 160 inches. It promises true mobility with.
And what's cool is it provides a lot of different image sizes. I think they said 100 to 160 inches.
Perfect for classrooms. Once again, showing the different things that you and I focus on.
Yeah, classrooms. Honestly, even like corporate, you can definitely see this being used in those different applications. And we're going to take another Extron break. So this next video that we're going to check out has their Flex and their new pole vault. And once again, this is coming to you from their new place in Las Vegas.
All right, we're back at the Extron AV Technology Open House here in Las Vegas. I'm with Anthony Cortez. Anthony, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you, Garrett?
I'm doing really well. Extron has for many, many years dominated K through 12 with the pole vault. But let's be honest, a lot of the classrooms are now being integrated with flat screen displays and may not need that box in the ceiling.
Right.
So you've got a solution for that.
Yeah, so what we did is we came out with our new Plug and Vault Direct View. It's really just compact amplifier and controller built into one box. And the whole intent was to be able to place these behind a flat panel. So you can ship it with a zip clip. We do still have scenarios where they want to put it up in a plenum environment so we can ship in that space, but it's pretty powerful. We have a 50-watt 2-channel amplifier, a built-in controller that we can actually put in with something
so
like
it still works with the same panel.
So we switched it a little bit. Before it used to be the MLC, and now we have the processors built into this box, which allows us to have discrete on and off input selection volume control.
So more control.
More control. If they wanted to go with something a little bit fancier, we can also pair it with one of our touch panels, not a problem, or our network button panels.
So then the nice thing about this is this could be located behind the display.
Correct. So we have a zip mount that'll actually mount right behind the display, out of sight, out of mind.
And it still works with the same voice lift mics and everything, the lavalier mic, the handheld mic and everything?
Through the receiver, we can now actually have a microphone, one for the student, one for the teacher. And the microphone has some unique features, discrete volume up and down. It's got an action button where we can trigger a recording. So I know that you were talking earlier about the SMP.
Oh, yeah.
So now with distance learning, that instructor can actually just hit a button, start recording, stop recording.
Oh, that's a good idea.
The other benefit is security is always an issue. So we also have a discrete trigger, like an instant alert, that if there was an emergency in the classroom, something happened, a medical emergency, they can press the volume buttons and it'll trigger an alert to the front office to let them know that there's an issue in that space.
All right, so now we're going to go over here, and you're going to show me what?
Yeah, so what we're going to talk about is our Bells and Paging Global Viewer Campus Communication Suite.
All right, and of course every K through 12 entity has a need for this.
Correct. So the biggest benefit is if you have this deployed in your classroom, through a link license, we can actually enable our codec, which will allow you to take a stream of any audio file and play it. So through this scenario, we actually have something. This would sit in the front office somewhere, and I can do bells and we can do lockdowns, do an all call, do
just by clicking one button.
One button push.
Yeah, and that's going to send a message where? Explain to me where that message is sent and how it's displayed in the classroom.
So if it was an alert, so most of this is audio. So if I wanted to go ahead and do an announcement, that announcement will actually play.
So it'll be pre-recorded.
Correct, or live.
Okay.
So that teacher, principal would actually have a microphone in the front office and they wanted to do a page to classroom 1, I can page classroom 1. We can also do zones. So if they wanted to have a zone, an area where they wanted to do an announcement or a page, we can do it that way. There's also a feature where we can actually have a map overlay of that campus, and then quickly they can select which classroom, which space I want to go ahead and have that announcement play.
So it's a full kind of built-in PA system in a way.
Correct. So the benefit is if you've already gone and deployed these in the classrooms, the uplift and the cost to upgrade to get full-blown bells and paging, it's a very minimal up cost.
Just the software, basically. And all this is available now?
Absolutely.
All right, good. So you can check it out and see it all at extron.com.
Okay, we're back. Yeah. So we really only have one more video today to show you, and this is from Igloo Vision. But Megan, you shot this one. It was technically at the Fujifilm booth, right?
Right. So let's roll this clip. So I'm actually interviewing both of them, someone from Fujifilm and someone from Igloo Vision. I think we muted them so we could talk over them. Yes. But what's cool about this is Igloo Vision had 3 different immersive experiences on the show floor, and this one is with Fujifilm. They've been partnered for the last 5 years. And so this experience is powered by a dozen FPZ 8000 projectors, and it features their Z series of rotating folding lenses and expansive blend shift options, and it's powered by Igloo Vision's Igloo Core Engine, or ICE software. So ICE's true perspective correction method automatically applies to the true to life perspective to the immersive content being projected, which is kind of what we talk about in the video. You don't see it on here, but they had a corporate environment where it literally looked like there were speakers in the ceiling, but they were not there. It was really cool.
That is really cool.